There we go. 4 o'clock Sunday Stories. Welcome to the new channel on live stream. And I'm hoping that I can keep it on StreamYard and we'll see how we go. Hoping to build up a following here. 4 o'clock Sunday Stories, my take on the week, the world. As some of you may know, I've just arrived back from heaven. It's called the Faroe Islands. I've been back a week and people know that from my stories, from my pictures, from my Facebook, YouTube videos, that I've really enjoyed my time in the mountains, in the villages around the Faroe Islands. The people, the quietness, the storms, the contrast that takes place literally within minutes. And then coming back to England, where it's all much of a muchness. Shops, stores, cars. As far as the eye can see, I understand we're not in the Dales or in the Peak District, the Lake District, and I can see the benefits of being there. This is just my experience. An experience of not being able to breathe. An experience of, yes, constant noise, which I've never minded before. But also this experience of no longer or still having to be somewhere at some time, which cuts down on the amount of walking that I was able to do, although I have done more. So what has the week been? Two good, very good performances that were well received at Tudor World in Stratford, where I am a ghost guide on a Saturday night. But huge problems with transport. I am a user of public transport, both buses and trains. And in the past, they have been relatively reliable. Yeah, 5 minutes, 10 minutes late sometimes, or even early, and you've missed them. But it gets difficult when you constantly know that you can't trust that the next bus is coming. Now, I'd agreed to go into Tudor World to cover an event on Wednesday where the normal ghost guide was having a night off. And so I left Leamington, which is about 45 minutes away by public transport. I left an event in Leamington at about 2:45. I got to be in Stratford by 5. At the bus stop at 3:30, no problem at all. And then the first bus doesn't turn up. Well, that's okay, because there's another bus at 4:10. Only that doesn't turn up. And so I go up to the train station and find that the next train into Stratford-on-Avon, where I work, won't get me there until at least half an hour after the event has started. And so I have to phone up and let people down, cancel. It's unprofessional. And I tried to make sure it didn't happen again. I've just been reminded that the Saturday before, when I had finished a performance, I waited for the very last bus to take me back from Stratford to Leamington Spa. It's never let me down in the past, but it let me down this time. Didn't turn up. Well, that's all right, because there is a last train from Stratford to Leamington, only that didn't turn up either. Fortunately, I am a member of a great fitness gym called Anytime Fitness. And they're open 24 hours a day. As a member, you have a fob. You simply show the fob to the door opens. There are no supervisors, no instructors on the site. It's just the weights, the equipment, and you. And it's ideal because you can go in there, you can do a workout, you can have a sleep, and then you can shower in the morning. So that's how I stayed from being on the streets of Stratford last Saturday night. This Saturday, the one just gone, yesterday, I was at an event until 3:30, 4:45, when again I left to go from Leamington to Stratford. The bus never came in, I was told, the last bus. Now the dilemma was do I wait for the next bus? Do I go to see if there's another train? An alternative bus turned up that takes a very long tour around the countryside of Leamington, which usually would be an ideal ride, but not last Saturday, not yesterday. I had to get to Stratford. Fortunately, the driver got me there for about 5:25, which left me 30 minutes to get ready to prepare for the performance. And that can be done. It can be rushed. It also meant my partner doing a lot more of the work that I should have been sharing with. And that all got me thinking about what's happening in the world, how nothing can be trusted, how it seems as if elements are conspiring to keep us from travelling. Literally. Is it conspiracy theory? Hear me out. We know that there is a move afoot to move on to electric vehicles. I've been in one in the Faroes. Great, no petrol. But also, I've learned they can be easily manipulated by a company or the government, merely by just switching the engine off. In California, they were told last weekend, I think it was, that it was California's idea was to be wholly electric cars by 2035. And then 3 days later, the people with electric cars were told that they should not use them because the power grid couldn't take it. And I'm sure that not long down the road, there will be a message coming out saying anyone that does use their electric car during times like this will find themselves in a little trouble. Conspiracy theory? Well, look at what happened with Joe Biden when he gave the address to the American public, with a scene straight out of Nuremberg, Mein Kampf, Heil Biden. It was a threat to all the people that didn't agree with the Biden agenda. Is it the Biden agenda? Is he even in charge? He came on to the television the day after and walked back everything he said. Everything. CNN tried to change the colour of the background to make it seem less satanic. There's no doubt that there are groups afoot who are looking to imprison anyone that's looking for some freedom of speech, freedom of movement, And the strange thing is, it's all been done before. There's a great movie out called Bitter Harvest about Stalin in Ukraine long ago, where to feed the Russian population, he starved the Ukrainians, and with it, the rest of the USSR satellites and probably Europe. Ayn Rand wrote a book called Anthem, which talked about continents no longer being countries with borders, but zones protected, manipulated, guarded by a central committee that handed out life, handed out the means of producing life, the means of ending life, and protecting and making sure that everyone between those two ends were with the state, not against the state. There's a saying, have nothing and be happy. I do believe that that's what they're aiming for. It's dark. It probably won't affect me too much, but it'll certainly affect, I believe, my daughters, granddaughters, my family, they're younger members of the family. We can already see the collusion between government and social media, China style, Russia style, Cuba style. It's coming. It will first, I think, come to America. And then it will seep into Europe. Even Johnson, the man who successfully negotiated our path into Brexit, seemed to surrender to the EU, Brussels, globalist elite. It's almost a story that could be put into that background around Biden, except perhaps for us, the common people, a better background might be Auschwitz. Don't know. Grim story for this week, gents, ladies and gents. Let me know what you think. Take care. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye then.